How are you doing? எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? How is the pandemic been treating you? All safe? All good?
Yeah, it's keeping me in good shape actually.
Really?
Yeah, I
நிறைய பேர்
realized
சாப்பிட்டு சாப்பிட்டு
I realized that doing housework is more I burn more calories than going to gym actually.
Yeah, that's actually true, தெரியுமா? வீடை ஒரு தடவை பெருக்கி தொடச்சாலே lose a lot of weight. But I'm glad that you're keeping fit and keeping mentally healthy, because I think that's so important at this time. Everybody seems to be losing it,
Yeah,
especially as we can see on Twitter. So that's great. Your kids and all are doing fine, all good.
yeah, all good.
Okay,
Keeping me
okay,
busy.
super. Okay, super. So now ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்குள்ளேயே people are asking when is your next movie அப்படின்னு.
Very soon
Any
actually. So I've come up with some concepts. So
okay,
something should start rolling at least like by end of the year. So
okay, okay. So that's great. So second படம் ரெடியா இருக்கு as director. But is it going to be female centric like your first film?
no, no, no. It's not going to be in that genre at all. So it's going to be a
Okay.
very different genre.
Ah.
So people will have to wait for 180 ml actually.
Okay, so 90 ml கே அவ்வளோ கான்ட்ரோவர்சி வந்தது. நீங்க
இல்ல,
180 ml.
people have to get over the hangover of 90 ml. So once they come out of it, I can feed them another 180 ml.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But எனக்கு என்ன 90 ml பத்தி கேட்கணும்னு நினைச்சேன்னா, like it was interesting because you made a female centric film, about women who smoke, who drink, a lot of things which happen in society. It's not something which is unusual to Indian society. But அவ்வளோ கான்ட்ரவர்சி எல்லாம் வரும்னு எதிர்பார்த்தீங்களா?
I knew it would be controversial because I knew a lot of people will have a problem with women smoking and drinking, but I didn't expect it to be like such a big, tsunami style. But yeah, I did expect.
Okay, because if you see now, இப்ப நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா, whether it's in Bombay and all that, you have a lot of even web series like Four More Shots Please and all that, which are very similar to your film, which have the similar kind of themes in terms of women who are very independent, individualistic, whether it's their sexual lives or the way they live, and அதெல்லாம் வந்து in Bollywood it seems to be well received. Like there's no, they were, I mean, that series in fact was a hit. The Tamil, I think everybody keeps saying kalacharam kalacharam and all that, but நம்பூர்ல தான் அதிகமா இருக்கிறதே டாஸ்மாக் ஷாப், அதுவும் நம்ம கலாச்சாரம் தான். Interestingly. so so that's yeah, so we have a dichotomy of things in our society. So after the first film, உடனே உங்களுக்கு இன்னொரு படம் எடுக்கணும்னு ஒரு ஆசை வந்ததா, இல்ல ஒரு கேப்புக்கு அப்புறம் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சீங்களா?
See, basically, you need to, as a filmmaker, you need to kind of get over the first film. It has to completely leave you, like, out of your system, and then you'll have to start thinking fresh. So,
Right.
like, otherwise it'll just be another version of, 90 ml. So you have to really start off with a clean slate. So for which you need to really think about it, and you have to make films that kind of you're passionate about also, because it's a very long process. So like I should not start a film and then get like really bored, or I shouldn't feel like why am I doing this film. It should have some it should make sense to me. So
Right.
I definitely thought that I needed to like really like, because a lot of people were expecting me to make another 90 ml or something that's women centric and all that. So I just wanted to get out of that, because as a filmmaker you want to explore different stories, different concepts and all that. So but I was really planning to start this year sometime in March
Okay.
or something, just when COVID kind of
Yeah, kind
put
of
a
messed up. Yeah. So 90 ml was your first full-fledged commercial film. As a director, right? As a filmmaker.
no, I did a film called Cooler 100 Degrees.
Ah, correct.
Uh, that was, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what commercial film is, but I think
Okay.
it's a commercial film. I really don't understand what's supposed to be, commercial, because everybody says, we have to make a commercial film. So, but
Yeah.
when you really break it down, I really don't understand what commercial film is. I
Okay.
feel that a commercial film is something that you put some X amount of money and
Right.
you make back like X plus something, or
Correct.
X. So
Yeah.
as long as monetary wise, you're able to
Make
like
a
make
success.
money and make a
Yeah.
success. I think it's a
Hmm.
commercial film.
Hmm.
But I, but here it's like I don't understand, like you should have songs, or I don't understand. I mean, I
Yeah.
think my
Yeah.
film had all the elements. It had romance, it has
Hmm.
comedy, it has like a kuttupaat, everything. I mean,
Hmm.
everything that you can term as being commercial, but even Cooler 100 Degrees had the same thing. But
Right.
so.
Maybe it didn't have the controversy, so they don't consider it
Yeah,
as a. Yeah.
yeah, maybe it was like, I mean, the songs were a big hit.
Hmm.
And at that time, the social media is not, I mean, is not
As
that
big.
as
Yeah.
rampant as it is right now. So,
Correct.
but I think Cooler 100 Degrees, even though, I'm not saying that it was my favorite.
Hmm.
I think it was a very different genre at that
Genre.
time. It was a
Right.
crime thriller with,
Hmm.
with a school backdrop.
Right. I think, maybe it has to, when they say commercial, they mean things. See, now I think crime thrillers are in. If you see whether on OTT or mainstream cinema, it is in. Everybody is making a crime thriller. That's what is a big hit. Or it's a horror, which is the other genre that seems to be very popular. Right now, people are just running with those two. But d- during you've made two films, so let me correct that. And during both the films, as a filmmaker, did you evolve? Did you learn more? I mean, for you personally as well.
I guess it's more of experience with people, with
Hmm.
Kollywood, and
Hmm.
as a society, I get to see a lot of, I observe how
Hmm.
people are perceiving things and the ideas and stuff. I mean, you kind of get a knowledge about how the society is functioning actually. So how much
Hmm.
it has evolved over time.
Hmm.
And I'm sure, like, if I had made this 90 ml at that time, 10 years back, it would
Hmm.
have been like, so like people wouldn't have been able to relate to it at that time. But
Right.
now, the society keeps changing, and I think, we kind of take a lot from the society. As
Hmm.
filmmakers, you kind of see what's happening in the world and then take ideas and things that kind of um, make sense to you that you want to show
Hmm.
to the society in general. So I
Hmm.
think this 90 ml, though many people think that it's about women drinking and smoking and all that, I think it's a take on how we should kind of start accepting women or accepting people,
Hmm.
tolerating all kinds of women, because women have always been typecast into like three, four different types, and
Right.
so it kind of gave um, gave a leeway for a lot of women to kind of be themselves and
Hmm.
express themselves and just be cool with your own beliefs and your own expectations out of life, rather
Hmm.
than kind of bottling it down all the time for the sake of the society. So I think that was what I was trying to get at, and I'm sure whether people liked it or not,
Hmm.
I'm sure it's made everybody think about it. Like, what
Yeah.
kind of a society are we living in? Is this right? Is like, should women be allowed to do particular things? Or, it kind of at least made people talk about it, argue, and um, kind of bringing in some consciousness into the society. So,
Hmm. Hmm. No, I completely agree with that. It's like it makes you think, like you said,
yeah,
not just about others, but also as an individual.
yeah,
You question what your beliefs are,
correct.
and how you should change with the times.
Yeah, and
Because
how you should
society,
not judge people, and
yeah.
there are all kinds of people, and you just have to accept people
Hmm.
for, whatever, I mean, good or bad, all that, plus and minus. So you have to understand that you can't expect people to always have like, you know, good thoughts, or, it's,
Yeah.
you just have to accept it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people who are just like portraying themselves as like perfect and really like, good people are just like faking it.
Yeah.
Nobody is like perfect, and nobody is really, really like good. Everybody
Yeah.
has their dark side to it. So
Yeah.
I guess you have to just embrace it, and you just have to accept people also, especially women.
Yeah. But
And
one of the, yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
and whether we like it or not, I'm sure like, the society is going to progress, and, people are just going to do what they want to do. Like 50
Hmm.
years back, people would have, mocked at women becoming CEOs, or, like
Hmm.
in any field, like,
Yeah.
but now it's like, it's rampant. I mean, women are there in all fields and
All
all that.
fields. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's like, just because I talk about women, it doesn't mean I am disrespecting, or I'm like, saying it's all because of men and men have done that. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it's a society on the
Right.
whole. I know a
Hmm.
lot of women also who are really like, who didn't like my movie, and who thought that, who got really angry, and who was like, how can you show women like that? And so it's not, and I know a lot of men also who like really loved my film and said yes. I mean, now we have an understanding of, how
Hmm.
we should be open to like women's thoughts and feelings and all that. So it's like, as a society, you kind of, things are going to evolve, and people are
Hmm.
going to change, and it's definitely not going to be like that, like this right now. So
Hmm.
yeah,
But there's always this thing that a movie will influence society. People keep talking about that, right? படத்துல வந்தாக்க பசங்க கெட்டு போயிடுவாங்க. Though I don't personally believe it, because I always think it's the other way around. I think art and culture are a reflection. I mean, art and cinema are a reflection of society. I don't think it's the other way around. Um, but அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய பேர் நினைக்கிறாங்க. What would you say to that if they say that cinema corrupts society?
see, I think there's a lot of things happening in the world for people to get corrupted. I don't think cinema is a medium for people to, see. Over time, I see, all these like stars, all the movies that have been coming so far,
Hmm.
they have, shown a lot of like, lot of subjects, like, like you can take Shankar's films. So they
Hmm.
talk about a lot of injustice,
Hmm.
society, like bribery,
Hmm.
rape. So many issues have been shown on
Hmm.
film.
Right.
For example, if you take a film that came quite recently called Kannum Kannum Kolla Edithal,
Hmm.
which was about two guys like, cheating people, and, two girls cheating
Yeah.
guys, and, making money out of it. I think that movie is like, will influence people.
Okay.
So, but nobody said anything about that. Like, nobody said anything about that. And
Oh.
if you take a film like Super Deluxe, okay,
Huh.
I
So,
love
yeah, that was a
I
brilliant
love the
film.
director.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
nothing against the directors. I'm just talking about how the society perceives
Hmm.
films made
Right.
by male directors, or how they perceive it. The
Hmm.
same thing, if you take Super Deluxe and you take
Right.
Samantha's character in that. Okay,
Right.
she was very immoral in the film.
Right.
Okay, so is she better than my characters, like 90 ml, all the women
Right.
who acted on 90 ml? Is
Right.
she better than my character?
Hmm.
Okay, but people were willing to accept that, and they said, "Oh my God, she she did a great job and all that." I mean, she did a great job. I'm just talking
Hmm.
about how the
The
society is
character.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just seeing how the society looks at the same thing.
Hmm.
So even in that, like the four guys will be watching all kinds of porn and stuff like that. Would the same thing will people accept it if four women watched porn? No.
No.
They would
Yeah.
immediately say, "Oh my God, how can women watch porn?" So it's like, and the same film, if Super Deluxe was made by me, I would have got a lot more flack for it.
Yeah.
Okay, and if Kumar Raja had made 90 ml, it would have been, "Oh my God, this guy has made like a brilliant film." So I'm just, see, I really like Kumar Raja's films. I really love Kannum Kannum Kolle Edtal also. But I'm
Right.
just talking about how, how the perception changes, how people look at different art forms and make their own, assumptions and what should be done, what should not be done. So as a woman filmmaker, what I should do. So if I had made a very, like what is expected out of me, like as a woman filmmaker, I'm not supposed to be funny. I don't know if I can make you laugh also. Because if I'm a woman filmmaker, I have to be serious. I have to wear glasses. I have to talk about serious stuff. And
Yeah.
only then I am like a Agmark and the Kutina, Chapa
Yeah.
Kutina filmmaker.
Yeah.
It's not this Indian films you see world over. All Oscars, everything is given to only serious films, like movies that make you cry. Okay,
Right.
nobody appreciates a film that has humor. And have you seen any Oscar given to a film which is like humorous, which is super funny? No,
No.
never. You see, and I think personally, okay, it's very, very easy to make people, the audience, cry. It's very, very difficult to make people laugh.
Laugh.
I think it's very, very underrated. Um, filmmakers who make like comedy films or who make like films that, like, throughout you just laugh. Okay, you don't understand how difficult it is, and people don't appreciate, or as a film group, we don't appreciate such films, or we don't like encourage them and say, "Oh my God, this movie deserves a deserves a prize or deserves an
An
award."
award.
Yeah. So you see in our Indian film also, if you see in those days, like Bharati Raja's films or Balachandra's films were given so much more like weightage. Oh my God, they're amazing filmmakers. Yes, they were. But you see filmmakers like Bhagya Raj or Pandya Rajan sir, those filmmakers, I think, are like amazing filmmakers. Okay, their movies and all were so, like, so funny, and they showed women in an amazing, like, in a very, very, very respectful way. But those filmmakers were not like in like they were not kept on par with the serious filmmakers. So
Right.
I think it's something that I've always wondered, why humor or comedy films are not like given so much of
Importance.
importance. Yeah.
But Kollywood, do you think the males, whether it's a director, whether it's a hero, they command far more respect and than a woman, whether she's an actress or a director. Like, and they are taken far more seriously. If it's a woman filmmaker, they don't like really think too much about her.
Yeah, I think it's there, but I'm sure, I'm there to kind of change it also. And I really don't care if people respect me or not, because
Yeah, but if you see the number of women filmmakers is hardly like you can count on your fingers in Tamil cinema, right?
yeah, I guess you have to be thick-skinned actually to be a filmmaker. Because if you really want to make films that kind of if you want to say something that you feel about and things like that, you have to have that you have to be bold, and you also need a lot of strength to deal with people, and like there are so many cliches and so much of like, for example, if I have some books, like all kinds of books around me. You see a lot of filmmakers, they have, like, whenever there's a
Books and
frame,
life.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like shelves of books, okay?
Yeah.
And they talk about, like they pick up stuff from the book and talk about it. And, so immediately they're like, oh my God, that guy is a brilliant filmmaker. He must be really smart. He's definitely really very intelligent. So,
Uh,
like, so I think, everything comes with a show. Like, as a filmmaker, if I want to create an image of who I am, so I need to do all these, like, it's almost like I'm setting up a scene to show that I'm a brilliant filmmaker, or I'm a great filmmaker. So I kind of put things around me for
right.
people to take me seriously.
Mm.
Like, so if I have people, like if I want to hire people and they come in, and I'm looking out for let's say I want a art director for my film.
Mm.
So I call art directors and they come, and then I crack jokes. I make, like, I'm funny, or I say something that's not serious, or that doesn't talk about cinema. I'm like, I'm not like talking very seriously about cinema. I'm like not saying, oh my God, what this filmmaker from Ingmar Bergman, that film Persona, there are these two characters, just these two characters with the, it's black and white. You should see the lighting in that, and you should see the art direction behind that. So I need to say all this to be, oh my God, she knows what she's talking. But if I'm like, hey, what, man, if I'm
Yeah.
very casual about it, or if I just say, I just want this thing to be like this, like, I have these ideas, I want it to be red, green. If I give something
Yeah.
that's original, oh my God, I don't think she knows what she's talking about. So it always has to have some reference to what is already being seen or what they are used to. So I think that perception is there. So I'm sure I don't think it's there in Bollywood, but I think here also people will slowly start seeing more people like more women filmmakers like me, and there are actually a lot of women who are in the who are ADs, and they have
Yeah.
really gotten into the film industry. So I'm sure things will change, but I don't know when though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's going to take a while. Like you said,
Yeah.
there are, ADs and all that, but still, I find that it's a struggle for women to make a name for themselves, to be, taken seriously. And you hardly hear directors or other technicians or actors. Now you, of course, have a Sudha Kongara or a Pushkar Gayatri is there, but unless you deliver a super duper hit with a big star, you're not up there. Like, otherwise, you're just invisible, I think, for the most part. But um, Did you face issues like when you made your films in the Tamil film industry, or were they because of your own? Were they your own productions, both of them?
Yeah, they
Okay,
both were my own productions.
yeah.
So yeah, it was. I won't say. See, the thing about me is basically I really didn't care about what other people thought of me. I just kept doing
Hmm.
my own thing. And
Hmm.
if somebody didn't do it, I would do it.
Right.
So I knew that, I mean, there is a lot of, like, oh my God, she has, like, she has her own money. So it
Yeah.
comes with a
So
lot of preset,
notions.
she's just doing it for hobby. I mean,
Yeah.
why would I spend so much money? Okay, it's like, I studied for it. I was
Hmm.
very I mean, why would I do something that I'm not serious about? And it's movie business is not like, it takes a lot of hard work. People
Yeah.
think it's very glamorous. Oh, it's just so easy to make a film. It's not. And
Hmm.
especially for a woman filmmaker to be able to handle family and then, handle like making a film is really, it's a very big deal actually.
Hmm.
So in the sense, like, you have to um, kind of be really thick-skinned as in at the end of the day. And
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I mean, I only thought about, okay, this is what I have, this is my vision,
Hmm.
and I just, like, if I just wanted them to follow my vision. People who didn't follow went off, and I had to like make up for, the loss of those people. But
Okay.
yeah, I think you can't help it. Even if even I'm sure Sudha Kunkara will be like, when she's making this film, they would have been like, yeah, that first time, she got away because it was Maddie, and these women filmmakers, they make only these kind of women empowerment films. So anything that we do, it's always there is some criticism, there is some judgment on what
Hmm.
we do, but I don't think we should take it up so seriously. As long as
Seriously.
you know what you're doing, and you have to be really strong and
Yeah.
bold also.
Hmm.
So I guess
But
yeah.
but you have the support of your family as well, right? Like they've always supported you in whatever you've taken up. So that was a big advantage.
No, actually, this has been my very, I mean, my parents are supportive in the sense, like, taking care of my children and things
Kids
like
and
that. But
hmm.
this is a very lonely process. I mean, it's like
Hmm.
I had to be the producer, I had to be the director, I had to be an art director at some time, I had to be I had to assume all the roles at different points. So
Hmm.
so as a filmmaker, as a woman filmmaker, everything it's a very very tumultuous journey only. But
Hmm.
if you have the passion for it and you don't even know, like for example, when you're making a film, you don't know if it's going to be a hit or what's going to happen, if I'm going to get back the money.
Hmm.
So, but at least the process, it's a very interesting journey actually. You meet a lot of people, you kind of understand perspectives, you see all kinds of people, and it's very very interesting actually to see how to manage people. So I think what you learn is basically people skills.
Hmm.
Making films, more than anything, you learn how to manage people, and I think
Hmm.
filmmaking is mainly about handling people. So
Hmm.
if you can do that, then half your job is done.
Super.
So
So you're not telling us what your next movie is about, but you're hoping to start it by the end of the year, which is great. Um, what would your advice be to upcoming women filmmakers or technicians in the Tamil film industry? Would you have any advice?
see, my only advice would be to, like, people will say all sorts of things, okay? Like, you have to stick to your vision, okay? Everybody feels, especially like everybody, even the lightman thinks he's a filmmaker. So
Oh.
yeah. So he thinks he's the director of the film. So
Hmm.
everybody will have their opinion. Everybody will have their take on how a scene should be shot, or what, I mean, what
Hmm.
should the dialogues be and things like that. But I
Hmm.
guess you just have to stick to your um, to your script, to your
Hmm.
vision, and
Hmm.
not get sidetracked by
Hmm.
people around you. And you should not let anybody's um, you know inhibitions or their own um, limitations limit
Hmm.
your own spirits. So I feel
Hmm.
like you just have to carry it down and keep
Yeah.
doing your thing. Yeah, either people join you or they leave you. So that's about it.
But it's okay. You can be successful
Yeah.
either way, I guess.
But in this film, I had a lot of support from all my, cast. All the girls
Hmm.
were very, very supportive because
Hmm.
they knew what I was trying to say through the film. And
Yeah.
I would like to mention my cameraman, Arvind Krishna sir. He was also very, very supportive. And music director, STR.
Hmm.
So they were all very, 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 very understanding, and they all motivated me a lot. Even though there were other people around
Hmm.
um, who were kind of trying to pull me down, saying, "Oh my God, what is she trying to make?" And
Hmm.
it's not an, it's not easy shooting 90 ml. Okay, forget,
Hmm.
forget the reviews or people talking about it after the movie got released. But
Hmm.
imagine making of the film.
Hmm.
So people around didn't like see something like this ever being done.
Hmm.
So every day there would be a lot of questions. People would be like, what are you trying to make? What is it that you're trying to do?
Hmm.
But the main technicians were very, 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 very supportive, and they kind of shielded me a lot. So I'm really thankful and grateful to Arvind Krishna sir, STR, even my editor Anthony. So
Hmm.
they were all very, 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 very supportive.
I think that's great. I mean, when your core team has faith in you, right,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
support you, then you can always just focus on the work and make sure that you bring out the product that you want to bring out, and then the rest is up to the audience. Because at the end of the day, every director wants to make a film that they believe in, right?
Correct.
That they
Yeah.
think should be made. And then, of course, I think, ultimately the audience decide whether it wants to watch it or not wants to watch it. That's completely up to them.
Yeah.
So I think that freedom should be there as to what people, should want to make. But you're right in a way. People are very judgmental. You see that in common society. Forget about the film
Yeah.
industry. We see that like in common society itself, that people judge you all the time. So, which I think, is just par for the course. So great. Thanks, Anita, for chatting with me.
Thank you.
You're very frank and candid as always, which is nice and refreshing. Because a lot of people will be very politically correct most of the time because they don't want to offend anybody and so on and so forth. But at least you were very honest, and it's true. A lot of things that you said, are true. And there are a lot of changes that we as a society need to make, especially where the Tamil film industry is concerned. And I'm hoping that we see more changes in the years to come. Do you want to say anything to your fans, those who have been constantly asking about your next film?
Uh, I don't know.
You do have fans, it's not that.
No, I'm sure I do have, but
Yeah. Okay,
so
cool.
yeah, I mean, it's not that I mean, people only saw the bashings or all the negative reviews that I got.
Yeah.
People didn't see a lot. There were other 50% of the people who really appreciated me and liked my film and all that. That kind of
Got lost. Yeah.
Yes, got lost in the process.
Yeah.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I am very, very happy. I don't have any regrets.
Hmm.
I really love my film and I'm very proud of it. And people who like it. People who don't like it, it's their bad
It's
luck.
okay. Yeah.
They have to get more, they have to more evolve. So
A little
I
more.
really, whoever, like, I really thank all the people who really loved my film, and I hope you continue liking my films and um, promote, filmmakers who make different, out of the box films. People
Hmm.
who want to really experiment, who want to do different stories and all that. I hope as an audience, as a group, as a, film loving group, I hope you people encourage filmmakers like that so that we also get the motivation to make different kinds of films. And please do watch us on theaters. Don't.
Yes, no, say no to
Yeah.
piracy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so only if we get the money back, we will be able to make films that we really want to make. So
Yes,
thank you so
super.
much. Yeah,
Thanks, Anita, for chatting with me. Stay safe, take care, and hope to catch your next film soon and, keep us updated about that.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye,
Bye.
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 Bye.